Cats may not speak English, but they've been decoding human behavior like furry little friends for centuries. Whether it's the rustle of a treat bag or the sound of your footsteps toward the fridge, they're always watching and learning. Say a specific word or perform a certain action enough times and see how your cat reacts instantly. It's not magic, it's science, and maybe a little manipulation on their part. So how exactly do they do it? Let's start by breaking down how cats understand humans in the first place. Cats might not speak directly, but they're surprisingly good at understanding humans. Not just voices, but tones, facial expressions, routines, and even emotional cues. When someone says no in a sharp tone, a cat gets the memo, though whether they care is another story. Science shows cats can recognize their owner's voice and even associate certain words with specific outcomes. Say dinner, and you'll likely get a purring stampede toward the kitchen. They also rely on body language. The way a person stands, reaches, or even walks into a room gives them a lot of clues. They observe patterns and remember outcomes. If opening a cabinet leads to treats twice, they'll sit by it the third time with full expectation. Cats are silent observers with great memories. And while they don't aim to please like dogs, they do learn to deal with their humans' moods and behaviors for their benefit. Your cat isn't aloof, but calculating. Speaking of it, here are those 5 actual words your cat most likely understands better than you think. Number 1. Out of all the words humans say, nothing gets a cat's attention faster than the word treat. It's possibly a cat's favorite, right next to dinner. The high-pitched, excited tone humans use when holding that shiny bag of goodies creates a sound pattern cats latch onto fast. Over time, they associate treat with instant gratification, forming a solid connection between the word and a tasty reward. This response is classic associative learning at work. When a cat hears the word treat consistently followed by actual snacks, their brain locks in that connection. Over time, the sound alone becomes a trigger. Cats may pretend to be above it all, but when it comes to treats, they're surprisingly food-motivated. One crinkle of the bag and they're ready to sell state secrets. Use it wisely, though. Saying treat and not delivering, that's betrayal. Number 2. Most cats know their names, and not just because humans won't stop yelling them during dinner. Studies, including one from Tokyo's Sophia University, found that cats can distinguish their names from other words, even when spoken by strangers. It's not the word itself, but the rhythm and tone they recognize. When a name is consistently linked to feeding, cuddles, or playtime, cats begin to associate that sound with something good. Felines are selective responders. They may glance your way or blink slowly from across the room, like royalty mildly acknowledging a peasant. That's cat behavior. The key is consistency. Use their name during positive interactions, and they'll learn to associate it with reward. Comment below, what's your cat's name, and do they respond when you call them? Then at number 3, it is when a cat hears the word no, right away that creature listens, believes, and does the thing they were about to do. Disobedience at its peak. But over time, many cats start to associate the sharp tone of no with disapproval, or at least with a lack of treats. It's not the word itself they understand, but the way it's delivered. A firm voice, sudden stop in movement, or consistent use of the word can help signal boundaries. Of course, whether your cat chooses to respect those boundaries is a whole other story. Some will pause, blink slowly, and continue knocking that glass off the table. Still, repetition and timing can teach them that no usually means not that, not now. Moving on to number 4. Come is one of those magical words that some cats respond to when they feel like it. Unlike dogs, who rush over at full speed, cats need a reason. Usually it's food, or a warm lap, or the sound of a can opening in the distance. When this is used around treat, praise, or positive experience, the word come becomes a trigger. Many cats can be trained to come when called, especially if the tone is familiar and the rewards are guaranteed. Short, sweet, and consistent is key. Using a high-pitched or inviting tone helps, and some owners even add a clicking sound or hand gesture. Over time, cats associate come with something worth their effort. But don't expect instant results. This is still a cat we're talking about here, not your assistant. Another word they've loved the most after treat. When a cat hears the word play or toy, their ears perk up, eyes widen, and suddenly the sleepy house panther is ready to pounce. Cats are highly responsive to words that are tied to excitement or rewards. If play consistently leads to a string, feather wand, or that jingly ball they pretend to hate, they start linking the word with the fun that follows. It's all about association. Over time, just hearing toy might trigger them to trot over to their favorite mouse-shaped victim. Their brain is wired to recognize patterns. Cats are excellent at picking up sounds and linking them with outcomes. And let's be honest, they're probably just waiting for you to stop talking and start swinging the toy already. Now that we've explored words, let's shift to 5 actions cats instantly understand without needing any explanation. Starting with, the sound of a fridge door creaking open or a cabinet clicking shut is like a dinner bell to most cats. They've memorized these sounds better than their name. If the fridge opens before mealtime or the cabinet holds their treats or food bowls, they'll connect these dots quicker than you can say fancy feast. With time, cats begin to associate certain locations and sounds with specific rewards, thanks to their strong pattern recognition. Some even know exactly which shelf you keep the tuna on. And let's not forget the stealth mode they activate, silently appearing at your feet the second you even look at the pantry. Coincidence? Not likely. It's a learned behavior backed by survival instincts. Once a cat learns these cues, there's no going back, unless you want a guilt-trip stare every time you open the fridge. If your cat teleports into the kitchen every time you open the fridge, give this video a thumbs up so we can see how many cats are on the same page with this. Then another action is when someone picks up their keys or slips on their shoes. Cats take notice and fast. These actions are part of a routine that cats memorize with astonishing accuracy. Gradually, they learn that shoes and keys usually means one thing: their human is leaving. For a cat, this moment can trigger a range of reactions, from a dramatic dash to the door to passive-aggressively curling up near your bag with that unmistakable "how dare you" look. Cats are masters at connecting repetitive behaviors with outcomes, and their internal clock spot on. Some even recognize different types of shoes: sneakers for errands, boots for work, and flip-flops for ignoring them entirely. Of course, the moment you cancel plans and sit down again, that's when they forgive you on their schedule, of course. Third action happens the moment you grab a blanket. The moment someone sits down and pulls out a cozy blanket, the cat appears like magic. This action is one of the clearest comfort cues cats understand. The sight of a soft blanket with the stillness of a seated human means warmth, quiet, and the perfect opportunity for a nap buddy. Cats are heat-seeking experts, and they've learned that when their human settles with a blanket, it's prime cuddling time. Some cats even need the blanket first, a throwback to kittenhood when that motion meant comfort and milk. It's the whole ritual: sitting, the rustle of fabric, the calm energy. To a cat, that means safe spot activated. And yes, you are not allowed to move even for a pee until the royalty allows. Possessive much? Not all signals are so comforting. Some are the trigger they dread the most. The moment a cat sees its carrier come out of the closet, all trust disappears. Even if it hasn't seen that thing in weeks, it somehow remembers. This means war. Cats associate the carrier with one terrifying word: vet. That scentless plastic box transforms into a red alert signal because it often leads to poking, prodding, and betrayal. Cats are masters of association, and once the link is formed, like carrier equals trauma, it sticks. Their instincts kick in before the latch even clicks. You might find them under the bed, behind the couch, or suddenly turning into liquid to avoid being stuffed inside. Experts recommend leaving the carrier out regularly with treats and blankets to turn the negative into neutral or even positive. Slowly, they may come to see it as just another nap zone, though good luck convincing them of that. And how can we forget to talk about litter box cleaning? Litter box cleaning is a non-negotiable part of cat parenthood. Cats are incredibly clean animals, and if their litter box isn't up to their high standards, they won't hesitate to stage a protest, usually somewhere you don't want them to. Ideally, the litter box should be scooped daily and completely cleaned out at least once a week. Dirty litter not only smells but can also lead to behavioral issues and even health problems like urinary infections. Most cats won't tell you directly when the box is dirty, but they'll show you loud and clear. Pro tip: having one more litter box than the number of cats in the house is a golden rule. So if you want fewer surprises and a happier cat, stay ahead of the stink. Now the big question is how you can teach your cats new words and actions. Teaching a cat new words or actions is about convincing, and that takes treats, repetition, and a lot of patience. Cats respond best to consistent verbal cues paired with actions or rewards. For example, saying "come" while shaking a treat bag can help them associate the word with something positive. It's all about timing and tone. Keep your voice calm and always reward desired behavior immediately. Pairing gestures with words, like pointing to a toy and saying play, helps build the connection. Short sessions work best. Cats don't do well with lectures. And remember, unlike dogs, cats are not working for your approval. They're working for benefits. So reinforcement, repetition, and reward, those are the secrets. With time, even the sassiest feline can learn a few things. Love this feline insight? Don't forget to like, comment what your cat understands best, and subscribe for more perfect content. Thank you for watching. We look forward to seeing you at the next one.